Hello YouTube. Okay, today I'm testing out the Microsoft Surface cameras. This will be a test video just to see how good they are and what you can expect from them if you plan to use the cameras at all. I don't, but you know, I might have to use them in a pinch, so you never know. It doesn't hurt to see what they look like. So this is the front camera. You record using the camera app, obviously, and it lets you use it lets you change the resolution to your liking. You can even change it to 800p, 16 by 10. So you can use some pretty odd resolutions, which I like. I like options like that. So what I'm recording it in now is 16 by 9, 720p. So this is what the front camera looks like. It doesn't look half bad, actually. I kind of like it. Let's see what it looks like with a, typical. You can actually, it washes out the window behind me, but it does a good job of, seems to do a pretty good job of keeping my face's color right, although the Surface cameras do look a little bit like cheap webcams. So that's a little disappointing, but really not that big a deal, because I figure what you'd be using these for is video conferencing. So, you know, there you have it. So let's test out the back camera now. Okay, now we're testing out the back camera, which is actually angled a little bit so that if you stand the Surface down, you can actually use it to film something. Like, I just move the stand out, put it down, and it actually shows up in front of you. So let's say I want to, take a look at this keyboard, for example. I could make a video with my Surface, just point stuff in front of it, and, there you have it. Which is pretty cool. I really like that idea. So, this is what the front camera looks like indoors, which is not bad. It actually does pretty well with low light. Look at all this crap I gotta get rid of. So, there you have it. Take a look at the rug here. I've noticed when looking at it that the motion blur seems to be quite a bit when you move the camera around, so I would guess it's a CMOS sensor for both of these cameras. In fact, it looks like it just because it's really grainy. So, there you have it. Let's test it elsewhere. Okay, here we are outside. See how well color shows up outside. Beautiful day out. There's a bush right there. One thing I do have to say, filming with a tablet is bizarre. Makes you look like an idiot in public. So, I don't see too many people doing this normally. I've noticed that white stuff like this that's being reflected by the sun tends to get washed out by this camera. So, CMOS sensor probably. Actually, if you look at that birdhouse right there, it reminds me a lot of those tube cameras from the 80s, where you can kind of see this like not aurora, but like halo around it. I don't know what to call it, but you can kind of see a little bit of oddities in the color around certain bright objects. Like you can see a little bit of blue on top of that flower pot there, if you know what I mean. Yes, there you have it. And here's what I look like outside. So you can take this around outside and just see how it looks out here. Things look really nice. Let's move my face into the light. There we go. So here's what I look like outside. Cool. That's a bright sun. So the cameras on this don't seem to be horrible. I mean, they're nothing special, but they can do pretty decent resolutions. Up to 720p, I think, is where you would want to be using something like this. However, I think these cameras would probably be used for something like video conferencing, I'd imagine, because I don't see people taking these around and filming with them. Then again, I think that's ridiculous with any tablet. You should be using like a phone, a camera, or an iPod or something for that, rather than a tablet, because it just looks silly in my opinion. But hey, people do it, so, why not? So in conclusion, this is a test of the Microsoft Surface RT's cameras. Pretty nice little cameras. They work well enough. They function properly and everything. So, let's see how well the videos turn out. Hopefully you guys enjoy enjoyed this video and found it informative, and have a good one, everybody. Ciao.